This video will describe how to use the Issues screen in the BCG Event Manager to detect and fix problems with meetings, and how to select and send interesting emails and useful emails based on the various issues that are occurring with your meetings. So let's start out with detecting and fixing problems. As you can see by the key in the upper right hand corner, a yellow triangle indicates a warning and a red triangle indicates some kind of error. Also, if you look at the E column, you can see anything with a green dot is considered to be okay. Anything with a yellow dot must have a problem somewhere. Let's start walking through the problems by looking at the red triangles. I can hover this red triangle and it can say, this is an invalid username for the organizer. Now, one thing to know about this is, if an organizer name is invalid, it will be automatically corrected for you. Simply click in the box and select the name that comes up, and the organizer will be corrected. This is an infrequent error, because the only way to get an organizer name wrong is for you to type in an intentionally wrong organizer name. Our next red triangle describes that there's an invalid username for the partner. This is because it's blank. You can put in a new username by typing the first few letters of the partner's username you would like to choose. In this case, I'm going to choose Jane Schmilling, and it is now fixed, and the red triangle goes away. My next red triangle says that meeting policy for this event requires at least 5 participants, and this meeting only has 4. So I'm going to increase the number of participants in the meeting to 5. As I scroll across, we can see that for that meeting there's one more problem. It's missing a charge code. I happen to know that Jane Schmilling is also supporting this particular meeting, and she's using the charge code 4444, and I can enter that. Now this meeting is considered to be correct, and if I refresh the screen, its light will turn green. This is the same problem with the missing partner, but because we've already fixed one of those, we'll jump to a couple other interesting problems. Here, for the quick Prezzo meeting, you can see that we're over the capacity of the room, which is 6 when it's put in the configuration banquet rounds. I can fix this in a number of different ways. Either I can change the number of participants, or I can come over to the setup, and when I pull it down, it will tell me what the capacities are for each different configuration in this room. I see that Hollow Square can handle 14 people in it, and so I can change it to Hollow Square. Now, just because I made that fix doesn't mean that it will automatically work properly. You should definitely go and check on the grid, because if changing it to Hollow Square caused it to require lead time to switch the configuration of that room to Hollow Square, this may not be the perfect solution. It's often better to fix problems with the number of people on the grid, but it's up to your discretion. Again, this meeting also has a problem with the charge code. We won't bother to fix that quite yet. But let's jump down to the next meeting, which has one issue in the Issues column. These are miscellaneous issues, and in this case it says the meeting overlaps another meeting, hold, meal, or blackout. So let's take a look. The particular meeting is this one, Auto Committee, and it is meeting number 1183. To take a look at that, I can jump over to the grid, and I'll look for meeting 1183. Here it is. Sure enough, it overlaps this blackout time, which I set up called busy time, because it's an hour and a half and it simply intrudes into the busy time. Again, this is a good demonstration of the kind of thing that the grid is better at solving. Even though the issue screen will point it out, it's better to come into the grid and make your changes here. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to move the busy time out of the way temporarily. I'm going to shorten this meeting up. I'm going to move the busy time back to where it was before. And now 1183 is valid. And I'll return to the issue screen. Let's go through one more problem. This charge code 5555 has a yellow warning on it called an invalid charge code. I'll describe how to fix invalid charge codes and the whole finance cycle in the video that describes how to use finance. Finally, these meetings down here you can see do have problems and there is an issue. However, these meetings are grayed out, and so they have been deleted. You do not have to fix any of the problems related to these meetings. One last kind of error that you might see on here is meeting names have to be at least 4 letters long, so this one is going to be a finance get-together. It's more descriptive. All right. That shows a little bit about how to detect and fix common problems with meetings in the issue screen. The next video in the series will talk a little bit about sending update emails for common problems and some of the value changes that you can make on the issue screen. Thank you for watching.